We would like to thank London Spire's mobile home community for the use of their clubhouse in the production of the following program. London Spire's exceptional values in senior living, close to shopping, golf, fishing, and restaurants. 951-658-1818.
Hi, I'm so glad you're here with me today. Once again, we're going to spend this time, and I'm hoping that when we leave our time together that you'll be refreshed in your spirit as well as in your tummy. Remember, the title of the show is Food for Body and Soul. And so we're going to start off today. Our program today is going to be on French toast. We're going to do several different kinds, and hopefully this is something you can make for your family, and just beefing it up a little bit, making it something different than just your normal type of French toast. Our scripture for today is rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. You know, there's always a time to be grumpy, always a time to be depressed, always a time for something in your life that's going to take you down. But the word says, rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. So it's not just rejoicing in Him, it's again I say rejoice. And that's in Philippians 4:4. We're going to start out this morning with a log French toast. It's called log French toast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a batter, and that batter is going to be for all of our French toast, so it's going to be a standard batter. And we're going to start off first of all by making our basic coating, and I'm going to start off with 2 cups of heavy cream. Now again, if you are having health issues, diabetes or heart problems or something like that, then by all means you need to use the little bit less fat content. But you are making French toast, so keep that in mind. But you know what you can eat, and you know what flavors you're used to. But I'm going to do this one with 2 cups of whole cream. I want you to know this is half and half, and I want you to know I could drink this. I could drink this. I just want you to know that. I love cream, and I love the thickness and the creaminess of it. I love it on grape nuts. My husband has a fit because I chomp, 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 chomp. I mean, cracking away, hates grape nuts. But anyway, I love it on that. So 2 cups of heavy cream, and to that we're going to add 8 eggs. Now this is going to be the batter for all of our French toast that we're going to be doing. So we're going to add our 8 whole eggs. Okay, we're going to mix that up. Amen. Let's see, do we have the, nope, just a minute. Got to plug in, got to put the electricity to it. Okay, now we need to get these eggs all mixed up into this. Now remember, this is our basic batter. We're going to add all the different ingredients to this as we do it. So we're adding in our 8 eggs. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now again, if you need to watch your intake, your calorie intake, then you could add Splenda, some substitute of some kind, but I'm going to make it the way the recipe calls. That's 1, 2, 3. And I'm sure if you're already on some kind of a dietary supplement, you already know the things that you should use. But again, Splenda is something that you can use. So let's add in our sugar. Three teaspoons of vanilla. Okay. This is making a wonderful, and again, from this, you add all the different flavorings. We're going to use the ones today. You're going to see how we can vary this in many, many ways. Now also, if you would like, you can add cinnamon to this. Now I don't happen to be a cinnamon person, but you can add cinnamon to this. as well. Gonna get this all mixed up together. Okay. Now just in case, I have a spoon here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do away with my mixer so we can add this, mix this up a little more if we need to. Okay, let me put this back here. Alrighty, now to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my batter and I'm going to dip out some in order to do my egg with it. So I'm going to divide this up. So this is going to be for my first batch. And this is just going to be my standby. I'm going to go back to this every time I need a mixture. Okay? Alrighty, let me set this right over here. Now I have my bacon already cooking. And I'm going to go ahead and take it out because these are going to be bacon logs. That's what these are called. I'm going to go ahead and, nope, I think it's fine. And you want to go ahead and keep your bacon long like this. You know, I have the funniest story. When I was doing this recipe up, I thought of my father-in-law. He loved bacon. I mean, he would put bacon on everything. But I remember when my husband and I were first married and I made breakfast for everybody and I brought the bacon to the table and he was just beside himself. He said, "How did you get that bacon all flat like that?" And I go, "Well, I don't know. I just put it in the skillet. I put it in one at a time and you'll flatten it." "Oh my gosh." He says, "I've never seen it done except take the whole pound and just dump it in the skillet. And so it's all wrinkled up and all curly and everything." And so he said, "I've never seen anybody take one piece of bacon at a time and put it in the..." So from then on, every time we did bacon, he wanted me to fry the bacon. So let's turn this off because we're done with it. We just fried the bacon. Alrighty, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this right here. I got more things than I know what to do with. Alrighty, now we're going to take this bread, this is chichella bread, and I'm going to cut the end of it off because I don't want this, you know, the round part here. I want it to be flat. I'm going to make a nice amount here, okay? You want the bread to be something that'll absorb the basic batter that it goes into. I'm going to do 4 of these. Okay, but isn't that a beautiful piece of bread? Oh, and it's nice and thick. Now, I don't want it so thick that it's just gummy, you know, in your mouth, but you want it to be hearty. So I'm going to go ahead and take my batter. And I'm going to go ahead and now you don't want to soak these until they're just completely soggy, but you do want the batter to be in them so there you get the flavor, you know, of it. You went to a lot of trouble to make this batter, so you want it to be nice and rich on the piece of bread. I'm going to go ahead and put another one in here at the same time. But this one here is a bacon. It's called bacon log, and it's just wonderful. Let me see if my skillet, maybe up just a hair. All righty. Oh, that's what you want to hear. Make this nice, and we're going to do 4 of these. But I still think of my father-in-law. He made a design one time. He was an electrician by trade. And he had to get up like at 4 o'clock in the morning in order to go and do his, he worked for the union. And so what he did is he made this apparatus, and what it did is when the alarm clock would go off for him to get up in the morning, it was designed where the coffee pot kicked on, the electric skillet kicked on to fry his bacon. He had everything laid out the night before. And the coffee pot would come on. He had his eggs already cracked in the frying pan. And so by the time he got done with everything that he was doing, his breakfast was already done. So that was an ingenious little fella, he was. I'm going to put just a little bit of butter here, because we want these to be nice and toasty, nice and brown. But I'll tell you, to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. And of course, nobody wanted to get up, so he just had it arranged to where everything was taken care of for him. All right. Not going to do a bunch of that, just a little bit. So again, the bacon logs, this is your whole meal in one thing. Let me see here. Let me see if this one's ready. Oh, yeah. We're going to turn that back over because it's got to get more than that. But we'll get them started in the butter. That's what we're going to do. Turn it up just a hair. And you want it on about 350 for it to be nice and brown. Have a nice even. All right. Well, you know, again, you need to go if you would like to stay abreast of the things that we have offered. Remember, we have our program on Channel 3. It's Time Warner, Channel 3 at 9 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock at night. Also on Fios, Channel 38, which is Verizon. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock at night. And also you can go on our webpage, which is abundantlifeministriesofthevalley.com. And then the call letters are almv.us. And when you pull up those call letters, then look for Abundant Life Ministries, and it'll take you right to the webpage and let you see the different things that we're doing. We've had a wonderful response to the program. I am just so excited. And also, we have a program on at 3:30 on those same broadcasting stations. And that's our church ministry. And so you're welcome to tune into that as well and hear the messages and the sermons. So remember, the scripture is, rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. You know, the things in our life and the things that are going on in the world today, it could cause us to be, again, in a depressed state, thinking that, does God have any control of what's going on in this world? I guarantee you He has full control. And so we don't want to be dismayed or we don't want to be discouraged. God has a plan for you, and don't ever hesitate to think that He has forgotten where you are, because He knows where you are. Here we go. These are looking pretty good. I want them to be good and brown, because if they're not cooked well, then they're going to be doughy on the inside, and we sure don't want that. Rather take a few minutes and get them to where they're good and brown than to end up with them not fit to eat. And I don't know of any kid that wouldn't like bacon on their French toast. And so, but I'm so glad to be here with you today. You just don't know. I think all week about the times that we're going to be together, and I am so glad that God has made it possible for us to be together every single day. You know, that's a miracle, to think that every single day, 7 days a week, that we can be together. You know, if you want to think about what a miracle is, that really is a miracle, to think that the time was there for us to be able to be on that many times. But be in prayer for us, because there's so many more things we want to do. We want to be able to offer you as many things possible that we can. And so just be an encouragement to us as well. You can write us at Post Office Box 5310 in Hemet, California, 92544. And if you don't have a computer, I've had letters from people that don't have a computer. And I have to tell you, I was one of those not very long ago. I said, I'm never using a computer, and they can just go along without me because I'm not going to do it. Well, guess what? God had other plans in mind. And you got to be careful what you say you're not going to do, because He will show you that you can do it and will do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to take this, and we're going to put it on our platter here. And I'm going to show you how to serve this. What you do is we're going to put one down. I'm going to let these go ahead and cook as we're doing it. A minute, that one here might be enough. Yep, it's enough. So let's just go ahead and take this one. Let these go on a little bit. And then we're going to take our bacon. Remember, these are bacon logs. So we're going to put our bacon on the top of these. And And then we're going to put our other piece on top. Oh, now it's looking good. When in doubt, let it cook another 30 seconds. Makes all the difference in the world. Now we're going to take this and we're going to put it right on top. Oh, I heard a lot of people swallow just then. They went, oh my gosh, that looks pretty dadgum good. And then we're going to put another piece of bacon right on top of it. Perfect, 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 perfect. There we go. So that's our first one. You take your butter and put it on it. Put your syrup on it. You put this back over here so you can watch it, look at it. Okay, now I'm going to turn this down just a hair. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our second one. I'm going to cut our bread. And again, this bread is wonderful. I could think of all kinds of things to do with this puppy. But you got to make sure that you don't get it too thick because you want it to cook through. All right. And so this one we're going to do with pecans and coconut. Oh, let me tell you, what more can we do with pecans and coconut? Somebody ate my, there it is. Scoot this over. Going to take our bread, going to put it in here. All right. And after we get our bread all in here, we're going to dip this in pecans and coconut. See what I mean by having something different? Just instead of having the same type of toast all the time. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to take my pecans and my coconut. Put this right here. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this on the top of this. I'm going to put it on my plate. Let's go ahead and put our coconut on top. And you want enough to be able to say you have it, because that's what you're doing it for. Okay, now we're going to put our pecans on that. Boy. Then I'm going to take this. We're going to put it on the, ooh, this is going to toast on there. I'm going to put my pecans on first. I think that'll pat down in there better. Clean hands. I washed my hands before we started. Best tools you'll ever have is going to be your fingers and your hands. All righty. Okay, we're just going to let this brown. Now I'm going to put just a touch of butter right here because I want these to brown. Boy, I could eat this right now. And that coconut is so sweet and tender. All righty. Let's go ahead and let these cook up. I think I'm going to go ahead and do one more. All righty. I hope you enjoy coming and seeing these programs as much as we enjoy doing them for you. My husband says, my goodness, your life is surrounded by cooking and getting ready. It's like from one time to another, we seem to never get through, and we're starting again. But I love it. There isn't anything I love better. The thing I love maybe the most would be to preach a sermon, but this one's right up there with it. Let's go ahead and put these. Now you're just going to put this on one side. You're not going to put it on both of them. You're just going to put it on one of them. Turn this up a hair. Okay. Let's see if this one's ready to turn over. Oh, it went to fall off. I didn't leave it long enough. That's okay. We'll go back. All right. We're going to let this brown more because this needs to stay on there and needs to be patted into your batter. All right. Boy, if anybody can make a mess, it's going to be me. Tell ya. Let me wipe this up a little bit. Let me see here. Just think about butter on this and some syrup. I would like white Karo syrup on it. I love white Karo syrup. And so anyway, my husband loves breakfast. I don't care if we go out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He thinks he's missing something if he hasn't had breakfast. So I've learned a long time ago that breakfast is never too late. And I even love to have breakfast for dinner time. In fact, I'd rather have breakfast in the evening than I would in the morning. But with something like this, it's so much different because it's not just your plain, ordinary meal. It really has a nice texture to it. It has a nice flavor to it. But I want these to get browner so they can be nice and crunchy when you get ready to eat them. If there's ever anything, I've had some letters that are asking for some recipes and things like that, that if we can do them, and I would be happy to do that. We need to understand too is that there are a lot of things in doing it that maybe would not be good as far as for health circumstances with you. But please know that there are avenues that you can go in order to make it healthy for you. If you can't use a lot of the butter, if you can't use, the bacon, there's turkey bacon that you can use instead of the regular bacon. There are many avenues, and if it's something you need to watch your dietary intake, please pay attention to what it is that you're eating, because we want it to be something that you enjoy doing. I'm giving you these ideas for you to take them and make them according to your lifestyle and making it work just for you. It's just like having your children. They can put the pecans and they can put the coconut, on this and then watch this cook and watch it be put together for you. And so I just encourage you to get the kids into the kitchen, because we have so many kids that are raised strictly on fast food. That's all they know. And so make it a time that you can be together and enjoy that time together. Let's look at this. Oh, looky there. We got it. We have it. Now let's brown up some of that coconut. And we got it made in the shade. All righty. See, if it doesn't get toasted, if it doesn't get brown, what happens is it's just going to be gooey, and we don't want that. So I'm proud as punch of that. So let's just give it about 2 seconds. We want to go back to our scripture. Remember in Philippians 4:4, rejoice in the Lord always. It doesn't say rejoice in the Lord when everything's going well for you. It doesn't say rejoice in the Lord when you have a paycheck, when you have the finest house in town to live in. It says rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Let me flip these back over. And we're going to put them on the plate. All righty. You turn this down. There's one. And two. And three. Now this is smoking just a hair because we have the coconut on here. All right, I'm just going to pull this over right here and try to take it off here if I can. Now this could have been patted down in the bread a little bit more, and it would have been a little less falling off. But I'll tell you, it's not going to hurt the eating part of it. Not for 1 minute. All right. Okay. Well, I am hoping that these recipes that I have for you, that it'll be something that you will take and run with it and take some of the things that you would like to add to it. You could take these if you didn't want to do the bacon. You could take sausage links and put them on. And see, you could use the turkey. Instead of the pork, you could use turkey sausage, and you could take those. You could take this as well, and you could do take the yolk out, take your fried egg, tap the yolk, and so it cooks. And to end up making it to where you don't have the runniness of it, and take that and lay it in between your French toast, add your bacon or your sausage to it, and have a completely different kind of a French toast. This one happens to be with the bacon. This one's with the pecans and the coconut. And take this, and you can use different kinds of bread as well. Like I said, this bread is just wonderful. You can see how well that it toasts up and cooks up. It absorbs the egg very nicely, and yet it doesn't fall apart. It doesn't cause the bread to be soggy. And so I hope you can just find, you could use sourdough bread with this. It's a hearty bread. Now I suggest that you don't just use a white bread because I don't think it would give you the texture that you would like to have in order to carry these to the extent that you would like to go. But anyway, so I encourage you to go to our webpage. Remember, it's abundantlife.ministries-of-the-valley.com. Our call letters are almv.us. You can go to those on the web page, pull that up, see all of our shows that we have, pull it up and see all the sermons that we have, find out about us, where we've come from, what we're doing. But I can tell you right now, we are here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to encourage you in your day. If you're ending your day and you just feel like I just need a little lift, even though it's the end of my day, tune in at 9 o'clock in the evening. But to start our day in the morning at 9 a.m., I hope the scriptures that we give you and the encouragement that we give you will be something that you will take for your whole day and have it minister to you. So again, we're glad to be with you, glad to have you here, and come and see us again the next time. And I promise you that we will encourage you, uplift you, and give you food not only for your body, but your soul. See you next time.
Thank you for joining Pastor Judy Stett. If you'd like to drop her a line, send it to Food for Body and Soul, P.O. Box 5310, Hemet, California 92544. Don't forget to visit our website, almv.us or abundantlifeministriesofthevalley.com.